Hey Jolly Creatives, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be making this beautiful and gorgeous double loop Aso-Oke headband you're seeing right here on your screen. If this is something you know you would love to learn, you have to watch this video to the end. And if you are not subscribed to this channel, please do well to hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, and let's get right into the class. All right, welcome back. So these are the materials we're going to use to make that beautiful headband you just saw on your screen. You need your Aso-Oke fabric, and you need your gum, the hot glue gum, and your Vichrome. This is a Vichrome. You need a Vichrome, and you also need your wadding. This is the thick wadding. You can also use the soft wadding, but this is the thick wadding. Can you see how thick it is? Yeah, that's the thick wadding we are going to be using. Okay, so let's see the measurement we have here. If my measurement is too big, you can reduce yours, and if it's too small, you can increase yours. And if you want to make it for children also, you can just go ahead and reduce 2 inches or 3 inches from this measurement. Okay, so the measurement we have here for the Aso-Oke, for the double loop, I have 23 inches. 23 inches, and I went ahead to cut out two of that by the width of the Aso-Oke, whatever width your Aso-Oke is, by the width of the Aso-Oke. Then the wadding, I have 20 inches. I have 20 inches by 7 inches, 20 inches by 7 inches, and I went ahead to cut out two of that, right? So we are going to be starting with the wadding. So the next thing, we are going to be making the wadding into a round shape, because as you can see it's flat, so we are going to be making it into a round shape. So just go ahead and fold your wadding into two first. That's the after cutting it out, you go ahead and fold it into two, just the way you're seeing on the screen, right? Just go ahead and fold it into two, then start your folding. Then you start folding it gradually, just exactly the way you are seeing on the screen. You go ahead and fold it gradually. Then when you're done folding, then you take your needle and thread and you start tacking. You start tacking. So you start tacking it together to make it into a round shape, just the way you are seeing on the screen. So you go ahead and you keep going. Okay, now while tacking, make sure you are folding it very tight. Fold very tight. Don't allow it to be too loose or too soft, because if it's too soft, you not like the result of your loop when you are done. So you have to make it very tight. You have to fold it in a way that it will be very tight, just the way you are seeing on the screen. I'm folding it very tight. So you just go ahead and keep going. You keep tacking until you get to the end of the wadding that you cut, until you get to the end that you cut. Now this is 7 inches that we are using for this. If you are using the soft wadding, you are going to be using 14 inches. You are going to be cutting 14 inches and you fold it into two. So whatever you do for this, you repeat it for the second one, right? So as you can see, we are done with the two of them. This is what we have. So this is what you should have when you are done. So when you are done, you go ahead and pick the 23 inches Aso-Oke that we cut. You go ahead and pick it and you place your wadding on it slantly, just the way you are seeing on the screen. Then you place it slantly. Then you go ahead and start rolling it. You rolling, while you are rolling it, make sure it's tight. Make sure it's tight. As you are rolling it, make sure it's tight, so that your fabric will be tight towards the wadding. I don't know if I'm making sense. Yes, to be tight towards the wadding, right? So when you're done, you go ahead and pin it down. On the end part of it, you pin it down. So you should have something like this when you are done. You should have something like this. So let me repeat the second one again, so that you will see the way I do it. Just slant it. It's very simple and very easy to make. Just make sure you are making it very tight. That is when you get a good and a better result. So make sure you are doing it, you are folding it very tight, just the way you are seeing on the screen. I am folding it very tight. So when you're done, you go ahead and pin it down. You take your candle gum and just gum that part down. That's all. Or you use your needle and thread to tack it down. If you don't have a candle gum, go ahead and use your needle and thread and tack it down. So when you're done, you should have something like this. Then you go ahead and just use your hand to shapen it so that it can curve. So just that part that it ends, take your candle gum and gum it down. That's all. So when you are done with it, you are going to bring the two mouths together just the way you are seeing on the screen, and you are going to use your needle and thread to tack down. You are going to use your needle and thread to tack it down. So you tack the both end down, you tack this end down, you tack the other end down to keep the two of them in place so that they can be, you can put them together. Understand? Yeah, so you can put them together. Right, so you just go ahead and tack and tack and tack. Make sure you tack it very well, you tack it flat and neat. Okay, yeah. So when you're done, you cut out your thread and repeat the same thing for the other side. Repeat the same thing for the other side. Then you go ahead and cut a pieces of fabric measuring 7 inches. Measuring 7 inches, this is 7 inches. Then you fold it into 2 and slit it into 2. Fold it into 2 and slit it into 2, just the way you are seeing on the screen. Okay, then you fold the edge, the rough edge in, you stitch it down, you fold it into 2, you fold it as in fold it in twice and stitch down. You fold the other edge also twice and stitch down. Then the part that we cut out, you also fold it. That's the rough edge side. You also fold it also and sew it down, just to have a neat piece. When you are done, repeat the same thing for the other one, and as you can see, this is what we have. We have gone ahead to stitch them down 3 sides, so the other side is fine. So when you're done, you cut out any excess you have in your loop. You cut out any excess you have there. Then go ahead and use your candle gum or your needle and thread and tack down. So I'm going to be using my hot glue to tack it down, to gum it down. You can use your needle and thread if you don't have hot glue. You can go ahead and use your needle and thread. So that's exactly what I'm doing now. I'm gumming it down. So I'll just go ahead and gum down. Right, so if you have watched this video to this point and if you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. Do well to hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell. The notification bell is for you, so that when we post video every week, you'll be the first to be notified that new tutorials are up. Support your girl, like, share my video. I'm sure you are getting value from my video, so please go ahead and share, like, drop a comment. If you have anything you want to ask, please go ahead and ask in the comment section. Okay, and I'll be right there to answer all your questions. All right, yeah, so let's continue. So whatever you do for this side, you repeat it for the other side. Okay, you repeat it for the other side. So then the next piece we have here is the band that we are going to use to bind it inside. So the measurement we have here is 31 inches. 31 inches by the width of the aso-oke. 31 inches. So you are going to go ahead and fold it into 2, just the way you are seeing on the screen. Fold it into 2. So when you fold it into 2, make sure you use your hand to grease it very well, so that, because we need one line out of it. So go ahead and fold it into 2, and again fold it again into 2 again, making 4. So you are folding it into 4. So you are folding into 2 first, then you fold it into 2 again, and you use your hand to grease it, or you go ahead and use your iron to iron it out. So when you are done and you open it up, you are going to have these lines. You're going to have 4 lines. So one of the lines, we are cutting it out. That's just the purpose of that. We are cutting out one of the line. So just go ahead and cut out one of the line, so that you will not have too much bulkiness inside the cap. So that's why we are reducing that part. So when you are done, you fold in the remaining 3 lines. So the remaining 3 lines, fold one inside, fold the other one on top. That's all. Now the one you are folding inside, make sure it's the part that we cut out, right? Make sure it's the part that we cut out that you are folding inside. The part that is fraying, that's the part you fold inside, and you fold the other one on top. The neat part, the neat edge, you fold it on top. And when you are done folding, make sure everything you have is 1.5 inches. 1.5 inches, because you don't want this your band to be popping out from the cap, from the headband. So we want it to be inside. So make sure everything you have is just 1.5 inches when you are done. But before then, take it to your sewing machine and pipe the edge, just the way you are seeing on the screen. You pipe the edge from this side, you pipe the edge of the other side. Just fold it into two. Just fold it in twice and go ahead and stitch it the both sides. So that is what I just did. So as you can see, I've gone ahead to stitch the both side. Can you see? Now we can continue with the folding. Then you go ahead and fold it inside, fold this one in and fold the other one inside. Pin it while you are folding. Please pin to keep it in place. Pin to keep it in place. Pin to keep it in place. Yeah. So the side that is fraying, that is the side you will fold inside. Oh, remember, so that you don't finish sewing and you see that your aso-oke is just pulling out anyhow. You will not like that. Yeah. So when you're done, take it to your sewing machine and stitch one edge all the way down. Yeah, and also stitch the other edge all the way down. So we are stitching the both side. You first stitch this side all the way down, you stitch the other side all the way down. So as you can see, we are done stitching the both side. This is what we have. So after stitching, make sure everything is 1.5. It should not be more than 1.5. Then go ahead and cut your velcro of 4 inches. I'm using 4 inches for this velcro. So go ahead and cut your velcro of 4 inches. Now place the first one. You open the velcro. Remember, it's always 2. So you pull it open. Place the first one right at the beginning of one end of the band. Then turn it to the wrong side or the back. Then also put the second velcro at the back, at the beginning of the band, just the way you're seeing on the screen. Just the way you're seeing on the screen. So as you can see, this is what we have. So you go ahead and stitch the 4 corner, stitch it 4 corner all the way down. So you go ahead and stitch. So as you can see, we are done stitching. Can you see? So that is what you should have when you are done stitching. So this is the band. That is what you should have. So you go ahead and pick your loop that we already made earlier. So you pin it to the immediately the ending of the velcro. You are pinning it right at the end of that velcro. So the other one too, you pin it right at the end of the velcro. If you this measurement, you will have exactly the band size. It will not be more than, as in you won't have excess. That is, if you follow the exact measurement, you will not have excess. But if you do not follow the exact measurement, you might have excess for this band. So that is why you can just follow the exact measurement so that you don't have excess. This headband fits all head size. It fits all head size because it has velcro at the back, right? It has velcro at the back, so you can fit any head size. So when you're done, you go ahead and pin it down to keep the band in place. You pin it down first to keep the band in place. So when you're done pinning, you take it to your sewing machine and stitch down close to that place, stitch the other side down, and this is what we have when we're done stitching. If you don't have a sewing machine to stitch, you can use your needle and thread. If it's too bulky rather for your sewing machine, you can use your needle and thread to stitch it. So I've gone ahead to stitch that part down, then you close it. Then now is for us to work on the loop. You can see that it's still open, it's still moving up and down. So you are going to go ahead and tack it down, tack the 2 loop down. we are going to tack them down to each other so that they will stay in place. So you go ahead and tack it from inside. Remember, we are going to be using that band to cover inside, so you go ahead and tack it from that inside before we cover the band. So go ahead and tack. You tack from inside just the way you are seeing on the screen. Tack from inside. Yeah. So to all my old subscribers, thanks for always coming back to here to watch my video. I really appreciate you guys. Thanks so much. And for the comments, I see them. For the like, I see them. Thank you very much. Right? And my new subscribers, you're welcome to the family. Yeah, let's continue. So you go ahead and just tack that back all the way, that inside down. Now for this thing, the butterfly at the back, the measurement I have here is 21 inches. So just go ahead and stitch it and just close the side. Then this one is 3.5, but I'm going to cut out 0.5 out, so I have 3 inches left. So just fold it into to sew it and bring it out to the right side. That's all for that, right? So that's all for that. So now the next thing we are going to do now is to gum our band down to the loop to cover it down. Remember, we have joined the loop together and it's now one. So the next thing is to use that band to cover the inside. So just go ahead and apply your gum just the way you are seeing, and then you go ahead and start gumming it down. And if you don't have your gum, please go ahead and use your needle and thread to tack down. Use your needle and thread to tack down. So when you gum one side down, just the way you are seeing, gum this side, you turn it to the other side and also gum it down. So you turn to the other side and repeat the same thing so that the inside will be nice and neat, to be neat and nice. Oh my gosh. So I hope you are enjoying this tutorial. So just go ahead and just gum it down. That's the way you're seeing on the screen. Just gum it down. Yeah. So that's just it. And you can see how beautiful it's looking already. Neat and beautiful. So can you see? So yeah. So just make sure you press it down very well and make sure your gum dries up very well. So this is the one we are going to use to make the bowl or butterfly. So just turn it to the right side. When you are done, go ahead and make your pleats. Go ahead and make your pleats. I make just 3 pleats here. Yeah, so when you're done, you tack your pleats down. It's just like double bowl. I'm making double bowl. That's just it. So repeat the same thing for the second one. Repeat the same thing for the second one. Okay, so go ahead and cut out your excess thread. So the next thing is to join the two together. You bring the two together just the way you're seeing on the screen. Bring the two together, then you go ahead and tack the two together. But before then, go ahead and sew. You go ahead and sew them. Join the two together on your sewing machine. Go ahead and join the two together on your sewing machine. So I'm just pinning so that I'll be able to sew easily. So when I was done pinning, I go ahead and stitch, and this is what we have. After then, now you can now join the middle part. You can use your needle and thread now to join the middle part. So when you're done, you take your that small piece that we sew and turn out. Yeah, so that's what we are going to use to wrap it and keep it in place. So you just apply your gum, or you use your needle and thread to tack that part down. You can use your needle and thread to tack it down. Yeah, so you are going to open up your Vichrome, then you place it on one of it. You can't place it on the two, you're placing it on just one of the Vichrome. That's where you're tacking your band, your bow to. The double bow, is it double bow or butterfly? That's where you're tacking it to. So you go ahead and tack it down to that part, just that one part. So you go ahead and tack, 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 tack. Make sure you are tacking it very tight. You pull and tack very tight. So when you're done, you secure your thread and you cut. So that is why I said earlier that it fits all size. Can you see it? So it fits all head size. So you don't have to worry about anything. It fits all head size. So this is the part where you embellish it as you want. That's if you want to embellish it, go ahead and embellish it. Embellishment is optional. It's not compulsory. It's optional. So if you don't want to, you can just go ahead. But this is pearls. I'm using pearl. So to just give it some spice, make it spicy a little. I don't know if you get, if you understand that. Just make it spicy a little. So it's optional. You don't have to. You can just leave it plain like that, and you can use trimmies if you don't want to use pearls. You can use trimmies. You can bead it. You can use a lot of it. You can even use. You can even beat the whole bow, everything. Right? It does not have to be just that middle. You can bead everything. Just be creative. Just do it the way. Just do you. Just do what you want. Okay? So guys, thanks for watching. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.